Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I start this video, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to the channel, watched the videos, leave comments, like the videos. The channel has grew so much in 2022, a lot more than I thought it would. When people watch the videos and subscribe to the channel, it's free to you all, but it helps me. And it takes time and it takes a lot of money to do these projects, and a lot of the car guys feel my pain as far as how much it costs to do this stuff, but I can't thank you enough, and I hope that the channel continues to grow in 2023, and that's why I'm doing this video. I want to give you an idea of some of the things that's coming up for 2023 on the Mustang and the Ford. I'm trying to do both projects. Really, a man should just dedicate to one project, but sometimes when I'm waiting for a part for the Mustang, I can work on the F100, and when I'm waiting for parts for the F100, I can work on the Mustang. So I'm kind of just bouncing back and forth. With that being said, let's get into the topic of things that might be coming up for 2023 on the Mustang and the truck. On the Mustang, I do have some good news and bad news. There was a couple of things that I found wrong with the Mustang that was not told to me when I purchased the car, which is a little bit upsetting. I had intentions of leaving the car completely factory, but some of the things I found hinder that, and it doesn't meet what I think it should to be a completely factory car. I think it's a good car to build and make it your own. If I found a car with 50, 60, 70,000 miles on it, I'd probably consider keeping it all original. But with the car that I have, it's just a clean car to make a nice build out of. Now, when I say build, I'm not talking about full out dragster. I do love drag racing. I used to drag race some when I was younger, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is going to be a performance build, but it's going to be a streetable build for the Mustang. We're going to turn the knob up just a little bit on the car. So saying that, the Mustang will be getting an engine swap. I wasn't going to reveal this because some of the parts that I need to purchase for the engine, I'm having a hard time getting. Some of the engine components are very hard to get. They're sold out like every website I go to. The majority of the engine is built and ready to go, but there's some key components, and an intake being one of those, that I'm looking for. I can't get my hands on. There is some people that I found here and there through like Facebook Marketplace or something like that that has used intakes, but they're asking crazy prices for them, and I'm not going to pay $2,000 to $2,500 for a used intake. I will just hold out and buy a new one. And I'm looking for, there's two different intakes that I would consider. The engine that I'm going to be swapping is actually going to be a 351 Windsor swap. This is not going to be a factory 351. This will be a built 351, but it will be a streetable 351. I want to be able to go to car events, car shows. I want to be able to drive my family and kids around in it still and enjoy it like I do now. It will be on the higher scale of streetable, but it will be streetable. The next will be an upgraded 8.8 rear end, and I'm having it built parallel with the engine. I'll continue to work on the car's interior. There is some stains here and there in the interior. I would like to clean it up and really bring the interior around and make a really nice, clean interior car as well. Okay, let's talk about the F100 for a minute. I have the ability to change the F100 over to a four-wheel drive. The current state of the truck is a two-wheel drive. I found a frame that has a front and rear 9-inch differentials. I can also get my hands on a transfer case and a 4-speed transmission, and I can bolt it up to the 306 cylinder that's in it. So saying that, two-wheel drive or four-wheel. So leave me a comment if you don't mind. Give me your opinion if we should leave it a two-wheel drive F100 and just make a little street truck, like just drive it around, or if we should do a custom build and do a four-wheel drive, swap over, clean the frame up, paint it, run all new brake lines, maybe go through those differentials, clean them up, put all new gear oil, new seals, new bearings in it, put the transfer case, transmission, and just take the body off and put it onto the 4-wheel drive. Leave me a comment, let me know what you would prefer. I'd also like to work on the interior some more on it. I'm probably going to end up replacing the doors on the truck. The doors have a little bit of rust on the very bottom on the inside, and I think it would just be better if I could find a set of doors that are not rusty at all and just clean, and kind of just go with those. The doors I currently have, I don't really want to cut them up and do metal fabrication on them to keep them. They've got dents in them too, and I guess, I don't know if it's a previous owner or the owner before them, but they took the run channel molding for the window out, so when you drive it, the window just sits there and flaps in the door. It would just take a lot to take those doors and make those doors nice, so I would just like to try to find me a set of decent doors that, you know, I could probably just replace the trim and clean them up and paint them and put them in the truck, and then I can buy the new door panels and all that stuff for it. So saying that, I'd like to work on the interior some more. Let's just say body work. I'd like to try to get truck body work done. There's a couple of rust spots. I have the metal to fix them, and I also purchased a MIG welder a little while back. I plan on trying to get all that taken care of, cut those out, replace those weld spots, clean it up, and paint that. And I'd like to start working on the body, the exterior. It's got some dings here and there. Start doing some body work. I'd really like to get that truck under primer before the end of the year, if not painted. I doubt I will have the F100 painted by the end of the year. A lot of the focus will be on the Mustang as well. The Mustang, once I pull the 302 out of it, I will be sending the Mustang to a paint shop, because I'm going to have all the holes in the inner fenders and the firewall that I'm not going to use, have those welded up and sanded back down and fill them out and smooth up the engine bay and repaint all that. And then when I get the car back, I'm going to drop the motor in it and try to do some wire tucks and stuff like that and make it a really clean build, as clean as I can. I'm sure there's some really high skilled people out there that can make extremely clean cars. I plan on trying to make it as clean as I can. That's some basic goals. Those are big goals. If I could accomplish all this in 1 year, that will be fantastic, because this costs a lot of money. I still have several $1,000s that I got to spend to get this engine swap done, even though the motor is almost completely together. But there was a hiccup in the motor. This 351, which I'm going to show you a picture of it here as we talk, but it was actually built for the 1983 Ford F100. But then when I seen some stuff about the car that I didn't much care for, that I am going to take care of that, by the way. I just decided to just make this car as a project car and make a good clean build the way that I would like to have it set up. And I think you should. I think if you're going to put your money in your car, regardless of what anybody tells you, you should build it the way that you want to build it. Make it your own. It's your car, it's your money, and it's your happiness. Build it to what makes you happy. Don't let somebody dictate how you build your vehicle. I mean, you could put 100 people in a room and they would be maybe 10 or 15 people tell me to keep it all original. There'd be 5 or 10 people telling me to sell it. There'd be 5 or 10 people telling me to put a coyote swap in it. I mean, you're going to get different opinions. But at the end of the day, it's your build, your money, and your car, and your happiness. So build it the way that you want to build it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this car. I do like input, however, when I like to hear other people's opinions, because that might help me decide on something myself, or change the path that I was going to go. Be like, that's a good idea. I like that. So saying that, leave me a comment below if you have any questions about the engine, or if you have any questions about the swap, or any questions about any of this stuff that we're talking about. And if I can, I may make a video about it. Going back to the 351, I was having it built for the truck. And then when I decided to put it in the car, I pretty much had to do a bunch of revisions. Had to take it back apart. Not all of it. We left the heads on the engine. And but we did a cam swap, and you know, we're gonna have to change the oil pan and do different things like that. That set me back some more money. And the truck, I had intentions of putting a Holley Sniper fuel injection on it. Now I'm going with a fuel injection. It's also gonna be a different setup, a different intake and all that. And then I gotta buy the mass air meter and then the cold air kit and all that stuff. So, and then reversing and redoing some of that stuff cost me too. So the 351, it's an expensive build, but for what it's going to cost me to do this 351, I feel like I could almost did a Cody swap. That's part of it. You gotta, it costs a lot of money, and it's even more expensive nowadays. But these are some of the things that we can look forward to in 2023. I look forward to them, and like I said earlier, I appreciate everybody that's been watching, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Help the channel grow. Let's try to get some of these projects done. I would love interaction. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you like the 2-wheel drive or the 4-wheel drive idea. If you've got questions about the engine or how I'm going to go about swapping it or anything like that, maybe we can do some videos. But with that being said, subscribe to the channel. Join us for the 2023 run. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2023, and we're going to get back to work. Appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.